Alright guys, and back with it. Looking to clear this course in November 22 at any cost. Yes, Rakesh, I like the spirit. I love that enthusiasm. Keep it up. I'm sure we'll do really well. Guys, welcome back to the fast track course of tax. My name is Saurabh Mutha and we're looking at doing this really well. I'm just going to link here the Google Drive link. Just 1 second. Here we go. 1 second. Yes, guys, just pinning the pen drive, the Google Drive, sorry, the Telegram link, which you guys can join for any doubts, any discussions, etc. I will also send the Google Drive link where you can get all the notes, the quick book, the highlighted module, the question bank, whatever you need for this study, you'll get it there. So let's get back on track. Perfect, guys. I'm just adding a slide to tell you what is that we're going to do in this session. Guys, this session we are at GST. I'll tell you what we've completed. We've completed introduction chapter. We've completed value of supply chapter. Electric bike company has been a good friend. And we have completed 2 exemptions, passenger transport services, and one more is healthcare services. I'm going to move to the next one now, guys. The next one here in this session will be a chapter called supply under GST. And if we finish that, I think we should be able to comfortably finish that. We'll also start with charge of GST. We'll see how much we can finish on that. So these are 2 things on the agenda for this session. Along with that, we'll do some exemptions as well. Exemptions is like a shadow which trails us throughout GST. So as and when we move ahead, we will keep doing exemptions. So with that, and on a very good, happy, energetic, enthusiastic note, let's begin. Perfect. Guys, we are looking at a chapter called supply under GST. Please tell me, guys, had you not taken CA, would you be here in this class? Please tell me, had you not taken up CA, would you be here in this class? I feel bad to hear the replies, but the replies are no. Same way, guys, had there not been any supply, will there be GST? No. So supply is the one and only taxable event under GST. That means, guys, if there is no supply, the government will get unhappy, and if there is supply, will the government get happy? Yes, the government will get happy. But before we move ahead in this chapter, we will have to do some definition. What do you know as goods? Goods are everything. I'll tell you what I see around me. Behind me, you can see this AC. You can see some pipe going there. You can see a bookshelf. Next to me, I can see a mobile phone. I can see a pen. I can see everything are goods except IMS. That's a shortcut, guys. You know what are shortcuts? Memory techniques. So IMS is not goods. What is I? Immovable property is not goods. So this office, if I sell it, there will be no GST. Money, there's no GST. So if I take a bank loan or if I put money in a bank, no GST. And S is securities. When I buy shares and debentures and other securities, there is no GST. But on the brokerage, there will be GST. When I will take a loan on the service fee, on the processing fee, there will be GST. Is this sufficient to crack the exam? Definitely, we are covering it all, but of course you need to do revisions, Rakesh, and you need to do some exam practice and you'll be good to go. Perfect. Guys, so goods are everything except immovable property, money and securities. Alright. Next, guys, what are services? Guys, I want to just tell you something that people will be thinking about. Is this enough? Will I crack? I'll tell you some logic. Guys, your paper is 100 marks. Out of that, 85 marks will be something that you will know. 15 marks is something that you will not know. I'm telling you in advance, be prepared. Tell yourself that you're only going to be working on this 85 marks. 15 marks are going to be difficult, because if you accept that, then life is better. If you accept fact that yeah, there will be bad days, etc., life is better, same way accept that 15 marks you will not know. Out of the 85 marks, you are targeting more than 60 marks, and that is very much doable, unless, guys, it was a result like this time which was crazy and no one predicted it. So otherwise, guys, getting 60 marks is great. It's possible very much, and GST helps you get there very easy. All right. Services is everything except GIMS. That means, guys, goods, immovable property, money, and securities are not services. Besides that, everything is services. Guys, can you give me some example of services? CA services, AC repairing services, restaurant services, car repair services are examples of services. Teaching services, excellent, yes. Professional services, yes. Now, guys, please tell me, a tree, is that a good? No, because it's immovable, guys. But if I cut that tree and if I sell that timber, is that goods? Yes, that is goods. So that is goods, that is services. I want to talk about one thing, which is what are the different types of supply. So let's discuss what are the three types of supply, guys. For that, I'll go to the next page. Please tell me, electric bike company, guys, can they make some exempt supply? Yes. The government will not be happy with this, but can they make exempt supply? Yes. Can electric bike company make taxable supply? Yes. Will the government be very happy with this? Yes. And guys, can EBC also supply and give exports? Yes, they can also export. Guys, in export, actually there is no GST. Because why do you want to make things expensive abroad? So hence there is no GST, but still the government is happy on export. Can someone tell me why on export the government is happy? Is because the government gets lots and lots and lots of foreign exchange. So this is exempt supply, this is called taxable supply, and this is called zero rated supply. You'll know why it's called zero rated supply, but these are different types of supply. Now guys, give and take relationship, please tell me, for exempt supply, any inputs that I buy, will I get any credit? Excellent, no. For taxable supply, if I buy anything, will I get credit? Yes. And for export or zero rated supply, if I buy anything, will I get credit? Yes, because the government is happy. So whenever the government is happy, they give us credit. Whenever the government is not happy, they don't give us credit. All right. Coming back, so the types of supply: exempt supply plus taxable supply plus zero rated supply. Why is it zero rated? Let me tell you. On export, guys, is there any GST? No. So is it zero? Yes. And will you get credit? Yes. But how will you use credit? You don't need to pay anything. How will you use it? Then the government says we'll give you a refund. So if whatever you pay, we'll give you a refund. So how much have you paid net in the end? Zero. And hence this is called zero rated supply. Not important from CA Inter perspective, but you should just know what is zero rated supply. So these are the different types of supply. Guys, do you know who is the supplier? Yes, the person who supplies obviously is the supplier. Please tell me why if you know. Do you know who is the recipient, guys? Yes, the person who receives. No, the person who makes the payment. And if it's free, the person who receives. Next. Guys, do you know what are deemed or who are deemed distinct persons? Yes. In one house, are there many members living? Yes. Same way, under one pan, can there be many different entities? Yes. Those will be called deemed distinct persons. Next. Guys, do you know what is a business? Yes. We all know what is a business, guys. Is Unacademy a business? Yes. Is Swiggy, Zomato a business? Yes. But guys, one thing you should know, if there is a clubhouse for the benefit of members, is that also a business? Yes, that is also a business from GST perspective. A cooperative housing society, when they provide services to their members, can also that be considered a business? Yes, from GST perspective, even that will be considered a business. So business basically is a very commercial sense. It includes clubhouse, housing society as well. Next, do you know what is consideration? Guys, if you are attending this lecture on Unacademy, have you paid something to get something? Yes. So that is called quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. If you buy an electric bike for 1 lakh rupees, 18,000 GST, is that consideration? Yes. What if instead of money you pay gold? Is that also consideration? Yes. What if instead of gold you give them accounting services for free in exchange for a bike? Is that also consideration? Yes. So consideration is anything which is quid pro quo. Absolutely right. Anything, something in return. Next. Guys, taxable territory is India. And last definition, guys. Please tell me, if you've given a loan of 1 lakh rupees to someone, can you demand it back after the period is over, after they have taken it for, let's say, 1 year? Can they demand it back? So that claim is called actionable claim. Guys, these claims which you can demand are called actionable claims. Can I say an unsecured debt is an actionable claim? Yes. But what if, guys, that person had taken 1 lakh rupees, but he has given you gold in exchange, and now, guys, if he does not give you money back, can you sell the gold? Yes. So that's not actionable claim, because they can sell the gold, so you will not action it out. So unsecured debt is actionable claim. Guys, if you buy a lottery ticket and you win it, will you demand money on it? Yes. So lottery, betting and gambling are also actionable claims. So please tell me, actionable claims, please tell me yes or no. Are unsecured debt actionable claims? Is lottery, betting and gambling also actionable claims? Yes. But what about secured debt, guys? Is that actionable claim? No, that is not actionable claim. Perfect. And guys, are actionable claims goods? Yes, they are goods, because goods includes everything under the sun except IMS. All right. Guys, is this teacup also goods? Is this t-shirt also goods? Is this watch also goods? Yes, everything is goods, guys, including actionable claims. They're also goods. Perfect. Guys, moving ahead now to the main part, which is supply. Guys, supply is done through mathematical equations. Yes, you heard it right. Supply is done through mathematical equation. I'll show you how it is done. Guys, please learn the equation. A is equal to B plus C. Please tell me in the chat box, what is A is equal to, guys? A is equal to B plus C. Now, let's understand what is this A is equal to B plus C. A is supply. And for supply, you need two things. One, it should be in the course of business. That means it should be while you're doing business, it is something related to business. And C, there should be consideration. If both these are there, then it is supply. So A is equal to B plus C. Please tell me, what is B for, guys? B is for business. And what is C for? C is for consideration. Then will it be supply? Yes. Under which section, guys? This is 7.1a. As per 7.1a, you need twin conditions B and C. Guys, just telling you something very interesting here. Guys, when electric bike company sells a bike, is it in the course of business? Yes. And is there consideration? Yes. So guys, will this be a supply? Yes. And the moment you say it's a supply, who's happy, guys? The government is happy. But guys, this is you selling your old bike on OLX. Please tell me, is there consideration? Yes. But is there any business sense to it, guys? You're a CA, you're selling this because it's gotten old. Is it in the course of your business? No. So in this case, guys, will it be a supply? No. Will the government get GST? No. So it's very simple, guys. A is equal to B plus C. You need two things for making it supply. A is equal to B plus C. Alright. So twin conditions. What if, guy, you bought the bike, but your best friend paid for it for some reason? Still, is it consideration? Yes, still it is consideration, because for the supplier, he is getting some money from wherever, doesn't matter. Alright. Guys, what if there is a chef who leaves a restaurant? There is a restaurant and the chef leaves it. And the restaurant says, listen, chef, you're very good at your work. Don't join any other restaurant. We don't want competition. And I will pay you money for it. 1 lakh rupees a month for not joining anywhere. Guys, is this money in the course of business? Yes. And is there a consideration? Yes, you're giving money for not doing something. So again, quid pro quo. So this is also supply. Yes, this is also supply. I'm giving you more examples, guys. You went to Tirupati temple so that you could clear CA inter exams, and you donated 10,000 rupees there. Guys, is that supply? Is that supply? No, that is not supply. Why? Because guys, there is no in the course of business, guys. And again, there is no consideration, guys. There is no quid pro quo. Maybe quid pro quo will happen when you clear the exams, but till now there is no quid pro quo. Alright. Next. Guys, you're an excellent painter and you sent some of your paintings to an exhibition. Is that, but the exhibition has not sold the paintings yet. They're just showcasing it. They're not selling it. They're not sold it yet. So guys, is it in the course of your work or your business? Yes. But is there any consideration till now? No. So there is no supply till now. So guys, we know it very, very clearly. I'm giving you 2 examples. Tell me if it's in the course of, if it's supply or not. Unacademy giving you subscription. Is it supply? Yes. Domino's sending you a pizza home and Zomato giving the delivery. Yes, because all of that has consideration and there is a course of business. Alright. Now guys, now that we know this is 7(1)(a), A requires 2 things and 7(1)(a), A is equal to B plus C, this we know. Now let's go to the next one. Guys, for the next one, please understand something very interesting is happening here. Guys, this is Electric Bike Company and they want their office to be renovated. If they go to an architect in India, will the architect charge GST? Yes, the architect will charge 10 lakh rupees plus GST. So they decide to go to an architect in Singapore. The architect in Singapore says, I will also charge 10 lakhs, but will the Singapore architect charge Indian GST? No, he will say, no, I will just charge 10 lakhs and no GST. Guys, which one do you think Electric Bike Company will go? If they want to avoid GST, they will go to the foreign architect. So they went to architect in Singapore. They went to the foreign architect. Alright. They took the services. They paid 10 lakhs. They did not have to pay GST. They were very happy about it. But please tell me, someone is sad because of this. Can you guess who is sad because of this? The government. They've not got that 1,80,000 in. They are very, very sad. The sadness is going to increase with the next example. The EBC loved the architect so much, the work so much, that he was getting his house renovated. For that house renovation also, guys, Indian architect would charge him 10 lakh rupees plus GST. So the same foreign architect from Singapore again charged him only 10 lakh rupees. Guys, would there be any GST on this case? No. So again, guys, do you see the government getting from sad to angry? I don't know how to make an angry face, but like, can you see anger in the eyes? Yes. You're cheating the government, guys. This is not right. So the government made a rule. Guys, if you fool the government around, they will make rules. They have the power to make law. So they said, listen, are you getting services bahar se? Please tell me, guys, are you getting services bahar se? I know this is an English class, but do you understand what is bahar se? Yes. If you are going to get services bahar se, then same equation, B is equal to B plus C. But do you see a B on the left hand side, guys? Do you see a B on the left hand side? Yes. So whether B is there on the right hand side or not doesn't matter, but C should be there. That means, guys, when you're getting services bahar se, whether it's in the course of business, the first one is in the course of business, or whether it's not in the course of business, getting your house renovated is not in the course of business. But guys, is there consideration in both the cases? Yes. So the government says, as per section 7(1)(b), this is supply. So please tell me, did the government play very smart and now is the government having the last laugh? Yes. You tried to get the architect of Singapore because you thought there will be no GST on it, but here, guys, is it bahar se services? Yes. Whether it's for the purpose of business or not, and guys, is there consideration? Yes. In both these cases, guys, will there be GST? Please tell me yes or no. Yes. But who will pay the GST? Will the Singapore architect come to India, register himself under GST and all of that, guys? No. EBC will pay it. Guys, EBC or whoever EBC is getting the house developed, whoever that person is receiving, they will pay the GST. Generally guys, who pays? The supplier pays because it's his liability, but in this case the recipient will pay it. We'll see how that goes ahead, but right now I'm only seeing whether it is supply or not. Guys, please tell me, are both these supplies? Yes, both these are supplies. So we're done with two sections. Let me repeat guys. 7.1a was the basic section which applies to Unacademy, to everyone guys. 7.1a. 7.1b only applies in which cases guys? Whenever you are importing services. Is that right? 7.1b will apply only when you are importing services, bahar se services. Whether it's for business or not, there should be consideration. Alright. Bahar se, absolutely right. Okay. Now guys, moving to the third and the last section. Watch out guys. This is EBC. They are registered and they are in the planning of making taxable supply guys. Whenever they supply guys, will the government get happy whenever they supply? Yes. Guys, I want more replies. Whenever they will supply ahead, will they get happy? Yes, they will get very happy. Government will get very happy. And because of that, whenever they buy any inputs, example, they bought a battery for 10,000 rupees, GST of 1200 rupees, can they take credit of this GST? Yes, they can take credit of this GST. But you've not supplied anything till now. No problem. Are you promising the government that you are going to make supplies? Yes. Perfect. Now guys, this battery was used. Please tell me, how much did you take to your electronic credit ledger guys? How much will you take to your electronic credit ledger? You will take 1200 rupees in your Paytm account or electronic credit ledger. Guys, this is give and take relationship. They've given you GST credit. Now they want to take GST from you. Guys, the bike was all ready to be sold. When the owner's son, guys, the owner's best friend or the owner's son came into the shop and he says, wow, what a nice bike, I am taking it away. And he took the bike and he drove it for free guys. Guys, he drove it for free. Please tell me, 7.1a B plus C guys, is there any consideration here? No. So it will not be supply, which is great, but please tell me, is someone upset now? Yes guys, the government is upset because the best friend took away the bike for free. This is not right. Why not right? Because guys, they have already given you credit. Guys, had they not given you credit, there was no problem, but they've already given you credit. Please tell me, is this breaking the rule of give and take? On your birthday, you took a gift from your friend, but on his birthday, you're not giving it. Is that right? No, that is wrong, guys. So the government said, listen, this is not right. So whenever there is no consideration, guys, was there any consideration in this case? No. So can I say it is free supply? Whenever there is no consideration, you will look at 7.1c. Whenever there is no C, you will look at section 7.1c, which says that C is not there, no problem, but it should be in the course or furtherance of business. Guys, why should C not be there? Because C is on the left hand side, so C on the right doesn't matter. Guys, this is what it is. I'll repeat. Please tell me here guys, was there no C? Was there no consideration? In the exam, whenever they give you free supply, which section will you go to? Whenever there is no C, you will go to 7.1c. And C is not there, it's okay, but what should be there guys? It should be B, it should be in the course of business. So that means guys, this supply, please tell me, is it in the course of business? Is giving bikes is in the course of business? Yes. And there is no consideration. Still, will it be a supply? Yes. And will the government now get GST? Yes. but there are only 4 such situations, guys. There are only 4 situations where this free supply can become taxable supply. What are those 4? There is a schedule, guys. Schedule means behind the income tax or the GST Act, there are some pages attached, they are called schedules. In schedule number, I'll tell you the number, guys, how to guess it. Please tell me, for this, did you get even 1 rupee? No. When you don't even get 1 rupee, it's free supply, so you go to schedule 1. Schedule 1 has a shortcut: related agent imported BA. There are only 4 instances where a free supply can also be a taxable supply: related agent imported BA. What does this mean, guys? Let's check. Guys, this is a section. Please, can you repeat the section in the chat box? When there is no consideration, which section will you look at? You look at section 7(1)(c). For this, guys, C is not required, but what is required, guys? B is definitely required. That means it should be in the course of business. And once you go to this section, which schedule will you go to, guys? Please tell me, which schedule will you go to? You will go to schedule 1. And in schedule 1, how many cases are there, guys? Only 4 cases: related agent imported BA. Let's check each one of these cases, guys. Let's start with the first one. If you are making any free supply to a related person, that means if EBC is making free supply to a related person, guys, do you know the definition of related persons? A family can cope how much percent, guys? 25%, but excluding agent, because agent is here, so we've tackled it separately. So if you are making a supply which is free, no consideration, to a related person other than an agent, but including a deemed distinct person, guys, that means related persons, or it could be deemed distinct persons, then, guys, will this be a supply under GST? Yes. I repeat, 7(1)(c). Once you enter that house, which room will you enter? Schedule 1. Related agent imported BA. If you are supplying to whom, guys? If you are supplying to a related person, including whom? Including deemed distinct person. I'll give you an example, guys. This is HP Mumbai. HP Laptops Mumbai. They had some extra laptops, and this is HP Bangalore, and they needed some laptops. So can they call their sister concern in Mumbai that, listen, guys, we are under the same pan, can you quickly send me 10 laptops in Bangalore? Guys, can they make that one call? Yes. And will Mumbai send the laptops to Bangalore? Yes. And what if they don't charge any money? Which section will you look at? 7(1)(c). Is this in the course of business? Yes. And there is no consideration. So which room will you look at once you enter the house, guys? Schedule 1. Related agent imported BA. Guys, is this HP Bangalore a related person? No. But is it a deemed distinct person? Yes. So even this will be supply, and Mumbai will have to pay GST to the government. So the first one is related person, including whom, guys? Including DDP, but excluding whom? Excluding agent. Next, if you are making a free supply or without consideration supply to an agent, are you supplying? Yes. But is there any consideration? No. To an agent, please tell me in GST, guys, what is the criteria to become an agent? What do you have to issue on your own? You have to issue your own invoice. Excellent, Rakesh. Excellent, Ruti, Ananya, Ajit. So many of you all. Good job, guys. So if you're making a supply to an agent without consideration, guys, which section will I look at? 7(1)(c). Is there B? Is it in the course of business? Yes, but there is no C. Still, will it be supply, guys? Yes, it will be supply. This is the second case. We'll do the last one, but for that I need to discuss a small definition with you of what is a business asset. We forgot to discuss that definition. Alright. Guys, what is a business asset? Please tell me. For me, is this AC behind a business asset? Yes. Is this laptop a business asset? Yes. Is my office furniture business asset? Yes. For someone who's selling this watch, is that for them stock is also business asset? Yes, guys. So business asset is any asset including stock which is used for the purpose of business. Alright. I'm giving you an example, guys. Check it out. Just 1 second. Hello? Yeah. Jakin, I'll have to call you back in a lecture. Yeah, bye. Yeah, sorry. So, guys, this is Electric Bike Company, and in their office, guys, they have put an AC. They are registered. They have bought an AC. Guys, on that AC, will there be GST? Please tell me, guys. On that AC, will there be GST? Yes. And will they get credit of that AC? Yes, because they are promising to make taxable supplies. So that AC, let's say, was for 10,000 rupees, assuming, guys, and the GST is 1200. Can they take credit of that 1200? Yes. While it was being used in office for a month or two, the owner's house bedroom AC got spoiled. So what he did was, he removed this AC and he put it in his house. Guys, this AC now went to his house, and guys, someone is watching in the background, the government. Please tell me, why did the government give you credit for this AC? You should have used it for what purpose, guys? For business purpose. But what did you use it for? It is basically you removed it for personal purpose. So is that wrong, guys? Yes. So the government says, listen, and guys, did you pay anything for this AC? No. So which section will I look at? Section 7(1)(c). Is it in the course or connected to business? Yes. There was no consideration though. And which room will I enter, guys? Schedule 1. Related, agent, imported, BA. Please tell me, guys, is this a business asset? Yes. For this you need two conditions. Is it permanently transferred, guys? Or is it sent for repairs and it's going to come back? No, it's permanently transferred. And have you taken credit on this? Have you taken import tax credit? Yes. So if these two conditions are satisfied, the government will say, listen, we don't care, this is a supply, we want GST. So related person done, agent done, business asset, I'll repeat, guys. Please tell me, was this AC a business asset? And was it transferred without consideration? So you will look at which section? 7(1)(c). In that, guys, is this a permanent transfer and have you taken ITC? Yes. So this will be supply. Guys, what for some reason you had not taken ITC? Then, is it a permanent transfer? Yes. But have you taken ITC? No. So will it be supply? No, guys. Here, has the government given you anything? No. So they don't even want something. Guys, if you understand give and take relationship, everyone, guys, first timers, second timers, third timers, doesn't matter. If you understand give and take, your GST will become very, very sorted. Guys, I hope you understand give and take. Here, has the government given you anything? In the second case, in my instant right now, no. So they don't even want anything. But if they give you ITC, will they make this supply? Yes. So that is the third case. Related done. Related includes what, guys? Deemed distinct person. Only for this definition. Agent done. Business asset done. Now comes the last one. Okay. Guys, this is EBC and they want their office renovated. You know, in India, the architect is charging them 10 lakh plus GST. So they call up a foreign architect, and this Singapore architect is nothing but his son, guys, the owner's son. It's his son who's now an architect in Singapore. Guys, will the son renovate EBC's office? Yes. But guys, will he charge the father something? He'll say, no father, I can't charge you. So there is no consideration. Guys, generally whenever Bahar se services is there, which section will you go to? 7(1)(b). But B requires what, guys? B is there or not there doesn't matter, but consideration should be there. But in this case, guys, is there consideration? No. So even though it is Bahar se services, but because there is no consideration, you will only go to which section, guys? 7(1)(c). Please tell me, is this in the course of your business? You are in India, your business? Yes. And is there no consideration? Yes. So then which room do we enter, guys? Schedule 1. And Schedule 1 has only 4 items: related, agent, imported, BA. So you straight go to importation of services. As importation of goods is covered at CA final, so only importation of services. Guys, are you importing some services without consideration? Yes. So you've reached the right place. Only thing is, this will be supply if this person is a related person. Please tell me, guys, is your son a related person? But he's a architect, guys, he's independent. Still, guys, for son, no problem. I'm changing it. Guys, what if this was your brother who is not dependent on you? Let's do step by step, guys. Which section will you go to when he's not charging you consideration? 7(1)(c). Is it in the course of business? For you in India, yes. Is there no consideration? Yes. Schedule 1, importation. But is this from a related person, guys? No, so this is not a supply. Very good question, guys. I'm going back to the sun, but now I'm making this as a house. Alright, guys, is this Bahar se services? But you will not go to 7(1)(b) because there is no consideration. You will go to 7(1)(c). Guys, is this for the course of your business in India? No. So will you enter this house? No. So will you enter this room? Of course not, guys. So this is not a supply. If you don't enter the house, how will you enter the room? So you will not enter this. This is not a supply. And good job, guys. If you've understood this, this was very difficult. I'm just going to repeat this. 7(1)(c), you will only go when there is no dash. Only give me the first letter, guys, when there is no C. But it should be for the purpose of business, yes. And in that, which schedule you will look at? You will look at Schedule 1. Related, agent, imported, BA. Perfect. Related persons, including deemed distinct persons, but other than agent. Because agent is here. If you are importing some services, but from whom, guys? Importing it from related person. And if you are removing business asset, but it should be a permanent disposal or permanent removal, and it should be that you have taken ITC on these business assets. Guys, go step by step and you'll not go wrong. We'll do some good questions on this chapter, but this is what it is. Now that we're done with all the 3 sections, let's recap, guys. 7(1)(a), is the generic section for most people. 7(1)(b, this you will use for which purpose? Only when services are received from where, guys? Bahar se. Only services, not goods. And 7(1)(c, you will refer only and only when there is no C. B is there, but there is no C. Alright. This one has a schedule linked to it, which is called Schedule 1. Alright. Now there are two small schedules. Let's discuss those also. And this chapter almost comes to an end. Perfect. Guys, Unacademy is providing you some supply. Are they supplying you, guys? Is there A is equal to B plus C? Yes. But this supply is of goods or the supply is for services? How do we know? My question is, how does it matter? Guys, whether it's goods or whether it's service, guys, will there be GST? Whether you order from Swiggy or whether you order from Zomato, guys, is it going to be food delivery? Yes. So how does it matter? It matters, and hence they've given a schedule called Schedule 2. Once you know there is supply under 7(1)(a, to figure out whether it's goods or services between the two items, guys, how many items? Goods and services. How many items, guys? 2 items. So hence Schedule 2, whether it is supply of goods or whether it is supply of services, this basically you get to know only through Schedule 2. And it's a very simple thing, guys. You have to just check for one word, title. If the title is getting transferred, then it is supply of goods. But if the title is not getting transferred, then it is supply of services. Let me explain, guys. Electric bike company is selling a bike to you. Is the title getting transferred to you, guys? Yes. So it is supply of what? Goods. Obviously bike hai, goods hai, you know it. Guys, what if it's on EMI and the title will get transferred to you after 3 years? Still, guys, whether title is transferred today or in the future, is the title getting transferred? Yes, so it will be goods. But guys, they are giving the bike to you on rent for 3 days. Is the title getting transferred to you? No. So in that case, it will be what, guys? It will be supply of services. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I hope this is clear, guys. Everyone, I'm going to give you some examples. You tell me whether it is supply of goods or supply of services. Guys, this AC behind I bought from Chroma. Is this supply of goods or services? Goods. A CA giving consultancy, is this goods or services? Services. Pretty simple, right? So it's very, very simple. Me selling this office, guys, is this goods or services? It is nothing, because guys, immovable property is not in the definition of goods. Just wanted to confuse you a little, but please understand that this office is immovable property and hence it is not goods. Hire purchase, Dhruti, good question. Hire purchase is also it's also goods, because in hire purchase ultimately you'll get the title. I hope that is clear. Guys, title transferred today or in the future, both are covered here. Alright. Perfect, perfect. Now I'm giving you some specific things. You tell me whether it's goods or services. Guys, when you go to a restaurant, do you get food? But do they serve it to you, cook it, etc.? Is there service also? Yes. But they say that this is supply of services. A restaurant will be always supply of services. Next. Guys, you go to IKEA and you buy some furniture. Is that supply of goods or services, guys? It's goods because you get the title, the furniture is yours. But guys, what if you tell a furniture carpenter to come to your house? You give him the main material, that is wood. You give him the specifications and he makes that furniture for you. Then it is services, yes, because that becomes a works contract. If you don't know what is a works contract, let me explain, guys. A works contract is when you tell them two things. You give them the specifications plus you give them the main material. Then in that case it becomes works contract. So please tell me, guys, to the carpenter, did you give him specifications? Yes. And did you give him material? Yes. Then in that case, is it a works contract? Yes. It will always come under services. Guys, what if you go to Archie's and you buy a diary? What supply is it? It is supply of goods. What if you tell them to put your logo on it? That is specifications. Still it is supply of goods. Why? Because guys, for works contract you need both material also. But what if you ask some diary manufacturer to manufacture diary for you with your logo, plus you give them material and he manufactures it for you? Then it is a works contract, then it is service. I hope you understood, guys. For CA Inter, how many groups, guys? 2. Same way for works contract, how many conditions, guys? 2. Specification also and material also. Next. Guys, there is something called tenancy right. Let me explain what this is. If you take a house on rent, are you a tenant, guys? If you take a house on rent, do you become a tenant? Yes. And as per some laws, if you are a tenant for many years, more than 12 years if you are a tenant, then you get some rights called tenancy rights. Tenancy rights means they cannot tell you to they cannot throw you out from the house, they cannot tell you to vacate. This is basically a very, very good right. It's called tenancy right. Guys, in tenancy rights, can you sell these rights? Yes. So here are you have some tenancy rights and you want to sell it. So is this supply? Yes, because this is supply because you're going to charge them money, etc. But it is supply of services. I know you're going to think it's immovable property, but they have specifically mentioned that tenancy right is supply of services. I'll repeat this one last time, slightly complicated. Guys, are you a tenant in a house? And if you're a tenant for many years, 12 plus years, guys, that's the reason generally people don't let one person stay for more than so many years. If you are in one place for more than 12 years, do you get some rights in that place? Those rights are called tenancy rights. Can they ask you to vacate then? No. And do you get the right to sell these tenancy rights also? Yes, you can sell it. And when you sell it, it is called supply of services. GST will be applicable. But what if the owner, guys, I am the owner of this office and I sell this office, then there is no GST. But if a tenancy right person sells tenancy right, then there is GST. It's supply of services. And last, guys, there are 3 brothers and together, guys, they own a huge, let's say, piece of diamond. There is a huge diamond and 3 of them own it together. Basically it came as inheritance from their family. So all 3 own 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 in that diamond. Guys, brother number 3 is in need of money. Can he sell his right in the diamond to you? Yes. But guys, can we cut the diamond into 1/3 and give it to you? No. So in that case, guys, this is called undivided share in a property. So is this supply, guys? Yes. But because it's undivided, it is supply of services. What if the second brother also gives you his right? Again, supply of services. But what if all 3 decide to give you? Then it will become supply of goods. Excellent answers there, guys. Then it will become supply of goods. So these are 4 exceptions, and they will always be supply of services. Please let's repeat, guys. Restaurant will be supply of what? Services. Works contract will be supply of tenancy right, and undivided share supply of services. But tenancy rights require how many, works contract require how many conditions, guys? 2 conditions, specifications and material. And guys, whether it is goods or whether it is services mainly depends on which one word, guys. Title transfer, whether the title is getting transferred today or under hire purchase EMI. If it gets transferred tomorrow, doesn't matter. As long as title is going to get transferred today or tomorrow, it is supply of goods. And which schedule tells you this? Schedule 2. Alright, and with that, guys, we have come to the last schedule. So 71A is linked to which schedule, guys? Schedule 2. 71C is linked to schedule 1. If you ever forget, remember 2 things, goods and services, and you did not even get 1 rupee. Hence, this is when there is no consideration. Alright. The last thing, guys, almost the last thing in this chapter. Guys, if it's not goods, if it's not services, then what is the third thing? Will there be any tax on this third thing? No. And that's why this schedule is called schedule 3. That's another shortcut, guys. If it's not goods, if it's not services, what is the third thing? That's only a shortcut to remember. Schedule 3. Schedule 3 is a list of those services which are non-taxable. Can I say this is the negative list, guys, for GST? Negative means on this there will be no GST. But there's a huge list, and for every list that I encounter, I always make a shortcut. So here is the shortcut for this list. Employee, partner and director. Guys, do you know what is an employee? Do you know who is a partner? And do you know who is a director in a company? Employee, partner, director, what did they do? They moved a constitutional court. So they basically made an application and moved a constitutional court. But why are they going to the court? To get a license for AC burial of MPs. They feel member of parliaments should get AC burial. So for AC burial of MPs, guys, just random shortcuts to help you remember. There is no other logic to this. Employees, partners, directors. What did they move? They moved the constitutional court for what? For license of AC burial of MPs. Guys, all these, when I tell you what these are, will there be some supply? Yes. But will there be GST on all these, guys? No, none of these there will be GST. Let's start with the first one. Guys, an employee, will he provide services to an employer? Obviously. And for that, will he get some salary? And have you ever heard someone's salary is 10 lakhs rupees plus GST? No. So on salary, guys, there is no GST. Next, on salary or anything which is received under the contract of employment, any amount received under, whether you call it salary, whether you call it remuneration, wages, on all of this, guys, there will be no GST. Next, guys, a partner of a partnership firm like PwC, Deloitte, etc., do they also get salary? Yes. Partner of a partnership firm, LLP, even that, guys, there will be no GST. So salary overall is no GST. Employees getting salary, partners getting salary, even directors getting salary, guys. I'm giving the third part here. Guys, do you think some directors, including Mukesh Ambani of Reliance, do you think they also get salaries? Yes, guys, they also get salary. And again, on salary, is there any GST? No. Guys, directors get other things also, like sitting fees, commission, etc. But if they get salary, on that there is no GST. So employee, partners and directors, what were all three of them getting, guys? Please tell me, what are all three of them getting? Salary. And is that in schedule 3? Yes, that is in schedule 3. No GST. Next, fourth. Employees done, partners done, directors done. Next, MPs. Guys, member of parliaments, MLAs, etc. Do you think they also get salary from the Indian government? Yes, guys, they do. And on that salary also, there will be no GST. Next. Guys, burial services. Do you think burial services, crematorium services, etc., do you think that should be subject to GST? Humanitarian ground, guys, no. So on this also there is no GST. Next. Guys, when you go to the court, does the court charge a small court fee? Yes. For filing an appeal, etc., or a court case, you need to pay a small fee. But guys, do you think the government wants to make it expensive? No. So even court fees, guys, there will be no GST. Guys, any constitutional positions. Example, if you are a head of a COVID task force, chairman of the COVID task force, a Supreme Court judge, etc., are you holding some constitutional positions? Yes. And do you work for free or do you also get salaries, guys? Do judges get salaries? Yes, from the Indian government. This also no GST because salary. Repeating, guys, employees, partners, directors, MPs and constitutional positions, what are all of them getting, guys? Salary. And is there any GST on anything that is received under employment? No. Court fees, no GST. Burial services, no GST. Guys, do you remember and do you agree that GST is Jain? Yes. So on alcohol for human consumption there is no GST, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about license for consuming or selling alcohol. What is this license, guys? Is this driving license? No. This is license for consuming or selling alcohol. Will GST touch this also? No, GST is Jain. So on this also there will be no GST. Last two, guys. Guys, when you drive from Bangalore to Mysore or from Pune to Mumbai, guys, on this drive, on the movement of your car, is there any GST? Have you someone collected GST or your car has moved? No. So guys, on movement of trucks, buses, lorries, cars, planes, on the movement there is no GST. On the ticket there can be, but on the movement of those vehicles, is there any GST? No. Not important, guys. Movement is not important, but on any movement, is there any GST? No. And last, guys, please tell me, do you know what is AC, that is actionable claims? Do you know what are actionable claims against which you can demand money? Can you give me one example of actionable claim? Unsecured debt, lottery, betting, gambling are actionable claims. On that there is no GST. But guys, is it right that on lottery there is no GST, but on education, Unacademy, there is GST? That's not right. And hence they said actionable claims there will be no GST except lottery, betting, gambling. And I'll give you a very simple shortcut. Please tell me, lottery, betting and gambling, the legal one, not the illegal one, is that good for the economy? No. And hence guys, do you think the government will definitely charge GST on it? Yes, the government will definitely charge GST. So actionable claims, there is no GST except, please tell me the exception guys, except lottery, betting and gambling. Guys, I am repeating this schedule 3 on a new sheet with your participation. Please tell me, is schedule 3 a negative list? Is there GST on schedule 3? No GST on schedule 3. This list is called non-taxable supplies. Please help me with the shortcut. Employees, partners, directors. What did they do? They moved the constitutional court. For what? For license of AC burial of MPs. Let's see who all gets salary. Employee gets salary, partners, directors, constitutional positions, MPs, MLAs. Burial services, no GST. Court fees, no GST. License of alcohol serving and drinking, no GST. Movement, no GST. And actionable claims, no GST except 3 actionable claims guys: lottery, betting and gambling. This is schedule 3. In schedule 3 some people also put real estate, but we already know guys real estate, because please tell me, on your house, the house that you're sitting in right now, if you sell it, will there be any GST? No, because it's not goods only. Alright, so this is schedule 3. This is your main chapter called supply under GST. One small part is left, we'll finish that part, but we'll recap till now. Guys, do you remember equation 7(1)(a)? B plus C. And once you know it is supply, is the government happy? Yes. But which is it, supply of goods or services? Between the two things, which schedule tells you? Schedule 2. Depends on what transfer? Title transfer. Exception is restaurant service, tenancy rights, works contract, undivided share. 7(1)(b) is bahar se services, whether that is for B or not for B, but consideration should be there. And 7(1)(c) is when there is no C, but it should be for the purpose of business. With schedule guys, schedule 1, only in 4 cases will the government get happy: related, agent, imported, bureau. And schedule 3, if it's not goods, if it's not services, what is the last one? The last one is schedule 3, which is non-taxable. Negative list. Perfect. Alright guys, that was section 7. Now guys, it's your 22nd birthday. Congratulations. And your parents are giving you a birthday hamper, a gift hamper, which has a lot of things in it. It has a mobile phone, it has a laptop, it has some chocolates, and it has some clothes. And this hamper is for 1 lakh rupees. Please tell me, think like the government. Guys, on the supply of this hamper, will there be GST? Yes. But guys, mobile phone has 5% GST, laptop has 12, chocolates has 18, clothes has 28%. Just an example guys, random. Which rate will apply? They say that this is a mixed supply. What kind of supply is this guys? This is a mixed supply. Mixed supply means, guys, is it naturally bundled? No. Guys, do you have to consume the chocolate while being on the laptop? No, it's not naturally bundled. And is there a principal supply guys? No. Is there one which is the main supply? No. Then in this case, when there is no natural bundle and then there is no principal supply, it's called something called mixed supply. and mixed supply, guys, they punish you. They say, why did you have to have one price for all these goods together? Why couldn't you have different prices? And hence we will punish you and we will put the highest rate in this supply. What is the highest rate, guys? 28%. Guys, what if you had purchased them separately? Then separate rates would apply. But because they give you one price, the highest rate will apply. Alright. Guys, you went to Zara and there was an offer going on that you can buy a shirt and you get shoes, and together they are for 4,000 rupees. Please tell me, do you always have to wear shirt and shoes together? Is it naturally bundled? No. And what is the principal supply, guys? We don't know. So shirt is 5%, shoes is 28%. Which rate will apply, guys? 28% will apply. So will Zara come up with a scheme like this? No, guys. That's why they don't come up with a scheme. They come up with a scheme like this: buy one shirt, get one shirt free. Guys, in this case, even though it's not naturally bundled and there is no principal supply, what will be the rate, guys? 5% only. So this, have you heard this scheme, guys? Buy one get one free. Yes, this is a mixed supply, but the rate will be the same. But guys, what if when you buy a laptop and they give you a warranty and both together for, let's say, 1 lakh rupees? Please tell me, is this naturally bundled, guys? Yes, a laptop with warranty is naturally bundled. And is there a principal supply? What did you go to buy? Laptop. So laptop's rate and warranty's rate, which will apply whichever the principal supply is, that is 5%. I call it no problem, guys. My shortcut is no problem. What is no problem? If it is a natural bundle N and there is a principal supply, then it is called composite supply. And in composite supply, which rate you will apply? The main principal supplies rate. Alright, guys, this is a concept of composite and mixed supply. I'm going to quickly revise this because it's slightly important. Mixed and composite supply. Guys, what is the shortcut? The section is section 8. The shortcut is no problem. Guys, in this case, is there a natural bundle? Yes. And is there a principal supply? Yes. Then which rate will apply? Whichever the principal supplies rate is. Example, guys, laptop and warranty, hotel where you stay plus breakfast, guys. Guys, what if Unacademy gives you books, service? Are they naturally bundled? Yes. And what is the principal supply? Service. So hence service. And guys, what is mixed supply? When there is no natural bundle and there is no principal supply, then which rate will apply, guys? Here the highest rate will apply. I'm giving you a very weird example ICI has given. Let's see if you can understand. Guys, what if you buy a toothbrush and you get a toothpaste with it for 200 rupees? Toothbrush, toothpaste, 200 rupees, 5% and 12%. Guys, do you always buy a toothbrush and a toothpaste together? No, they are not natural bundle, guys. So which supply is this? This is a mixed supply. And which rate will apply, guys? 12% rate will apply. And with that, guys, we've completed the chapter entirely. My experience has been in the exam, they tell you whether it's mixed or a composite, but you have to decide in mixed what rate to apply and composite what rate to apply. Alright, and with that, guys, I'm just opening up the quick book here. Yes, here we go with the quick book. Check guys. Value of supply is over 1 minute. Yes. Guys, do you know the definition of goods? Please keep telling me yes or no. Do you know what is services? Do you know what is a business? Do you know what are different types of supply? Exempt now includes 3 N's, guys. There's a mistake here. Exempt includes 3 N's. Next, guys, do you know what is a supplier? Do you know who's a recipient? Do you know what is supply? Is a taxable event? Do you know what is deemed distinct persons? Do you know what is consideration? Do you know what are actionable claims? Do you know what is taxable territory, which is India? Alright. 7.1a requires how many things, guys? It requires 2 things, B and C. Next, 7.1b, this is schedule 2. 7.1b is when Bahar se services. It doesn't require B, whether it's for business purpose or not, doesn't matter. And 7.1c is when there is no C, without consideration. Related agent imported BA, and related persons is a family Canco 25%. What is del cadre agent? We'll discuss soon, guys. But you know what is an agent at least? An agent is someone who issues his own invoice. Schedule 2 between goods and services. You remember title transfer, transfer of title. You know the exceptions also. Schedule 3 is a negative list. Employee, partner, director, move, government, constitutional court, license for AC, burial of MPs. And composite and mixed supplies is no problem. Guys, all these questions are references to the exam, no, to the module questions. So now let's do one thing. Let's open the module, guys. Mainly the module for the questions, guys. Yes. Here we go. I'm going to the module for the questions. Very rarely do students land up going to the module, guys. So if you can get that enthusiasm, then you'll be good. Let's see how this works. Meghraj and Company wishes to commence the business of supplying ready-made garments within Punjab and in the neighboring states of Delhi and Haryana. Kindly state as to what is a taxable event under GST. Guys, what is the only taxable event in GST? Supply. And supply in the same state will be what, guys? Intra-state, and to other states will be what? Interstate. Very simple first question. Guys, whenever you do question like this, please mark an E next to the question so you know this question, you don't want to waste time again. Damodar Private Limited, registered in Delhi, has transferred some goods. Very important question, guys. Damodar Private Limited, which is registered, has transferred some goods to its branch located in West Bengal. Guys, this is in Delhi, this is in West Bengal. Are they deemed distinct persons? Yes. So that the goods can be sold from the branch. These goods have been transferred without consideration, guys. If there is no C, which section will you look at, guys? 7.1c. Is this in the course of business? Yes, but no consideration. Which schedule, guys? Schedule 1. Related agent imported BA. Is this related persons, guys? Including deemed distinct persons. Is this deemed person? Yes. So ascertain whether this qualifies as supply. Yes, this definitely qualifies as supply. Next. Composite supply is treated as supply of that particular goods or services which attracts the highest rate of tax. Is it the right statement? No, guys. That is mixed supply which attracts the highest rate of GST. Sixth one is an important question. Check. Examine whether the following activities would amount to supply under section 7 read with schedule 1. Schedule 1 means, guys, 1 rupee also you did not get. 7(1)(c). Excellent, Chirag. Good answers, very quick. Guys, Sulekha manufacturers, good Rakesh. Sulekha manufacturers have a factory in Delhi. So there's a Delhi factory and a depot in Mumbai. Are they deemed distinct persons, guys? Yes. Both these establishments are registered in the respective states. Finished goods are sent from Delhi to Mumbai without consideration. Guys, is this 7(1)(c)? And is this between deemed distinct persons? So will it be supply? Yes. Raman is an architect in Chennai. So this is Raman who is in Chennai. His brother who is settled in London. This is brother who is in London and is settled. Settled means, guys, is it related persons? No, he is not related person. Is a well-known lawyer. Raman has taken legal advice, guys. Raman has taken legal advice free of cost, no consideration. Which section applies, guys? No consideration. 7(1)(c). This is in relation to what, guys? From a family dispute, guys. Is this for business? No. So will you even go ahead to the room? No. Would your answer be different if in the above case Raman had taken advice in respect of business unit? Guys, if it's for business purpose, then let's go to schedule 1. Let's see if our answer changes. Schedule 1 says related agent imported BA. Is this importation of service? Yes. But is it from a related person, guys? No. So the answer will still not change. Even this will not be supply. I hope this is clear, guys. Yes. 7th question, guys. Okay. State whether the following supplies will be the supply of goods or supply of services. Renting of immovable property. Is the title getting transferred? No, guys. So supply of services. What about sale of immovable property? That is not goods only. There is no supply only. Goods forming part of business are transferred, guys. Goods only, they are saying only goods, so supply of goods. Transfer of right in goods without transfer of title. Title if not transferred, guys, so supply of services. Transfer of title in goods, then supply of goods. But at a future date, still doesn't matter, supply of goods. Determine whether the following supplies will be the supply of goods or supply of services. Temporary transfer. Temporary transfer means has the title transferred? No, so supply of services. Any treatment or process which is applied to any person's goods, like repairing your goods, painting your goods, supply of services. Transfer of title in goods, supply of goods. The goods supplied on hire purchase basis will be rated as supply of services. Guys, this was someone's question in the chat box. No, guys, that will be supply of goods, because hire purchase means ultimately the title will be transferred, and hence this will be supply of goods as per which schedule? Schedule 2. Examine whether the activity of import in the following cases would be supply under section 7. Guys, import is with section 7(1)(a) also, 7(1)(b) also, or it could be 7(1)(c) also, depending whether consideration is there or not there. Ms. Sriniti Kaushik received interior decoration services for a residence located at Bandra, Mumbai from Mr. Rachel of Sydney. The amount paid, guys, have you paid something? So which section will you look at? 7(1)(b) or 7(1)(c), guys? You look at 7(1)(b). Whether B is there or not, that doesn't matter. Is there consideration? Yes. So will it be supply? Yes. The first one is supply. Ms. Sriniti Kaushik received interior decoration services for a residence at Bandra from her brother, Mr. Varun, residing in Sydney, without any consideration. 7(1)(c). But for this, you don't require C, but you require B. But is it in the course of business, guys? No. Residence. So you will not even move ahead. No supply. And what about this? Will your answer change if Ms. Sriniti has taken interior decoration services with regard to a business premise? If it's business premise, then we will look at schedule 1. But guys, again, is this from a related person? It's from a brother who is an architect, so he's not dependent financially. So again, not a supply, guys, because it is not a related person. I hope these things are very clear, guys. Step by step, if you go like a step puzzle, guys, it will be solved very well. Determine whether the following supplies amount to composite supplies or not. Dependent, 1 second. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's wholly dependent. So yes, my bad, guys. This is a supply because he's dependent. My bad. Alright. Perfect. It's good that you guys are so awake. I'm very impressed, guys. Determine whether the following supplies amount to composite supplies. Composite means, what's the shortcut, guys? No problem. A hotel provides 4 days and 3 nights package where the facility of breakfast and dinner is provided. Guys, hotel plus food is composite supply. Toothpaste, free soap, mixed supply. Alright, I'm only doing the one which are highlighted, guys. Only those questions we will do. Manikaran, a registered supplier at Delhi, has supplied 2000 packages of 30 each to a gift shop in Punjab. Each packet consists of 2 chocolates, 2 fruit juices and a packet of toy balloons. Guys, obviously what kind of supply is this? There's one price for 3 things. Is it naturally bundled? No. Is there a principal supply? No. So which rate will apply, guys? 18%. Guys, this question I'm just going to tell you in shortcut. Gagan Engineering is basically moving its machinery across India. For carrying out the repair work, Gagan Engineering sends its container trucks, equipped items across India. Discuss the leviability of GST on the interstate movement of trucks. Guys, on the movement of trucks, is there any GST? No. Schedule 3 says that on movement there will be no GST. But after movement, when you supply the services, then there will be GST. Good question, guys. PTL Private Limited is a retail store of merchandise and has 25 states, business in 25 states. Guys, for the purpose of clearance of stock, they have a buy one get one free scheme. Determine how the taxability of the goods supplied under buy one get one is determined. Guys, buy one get one will be covered in which section? 71A, B or C? No problem, guys, you can go wrong, but try. Which one will it be covered in? No, guys, not B, of course, because Bahar Se service is not there. Not even C, because buy one get one, do you pay something? Yes, guys, you pay something, so hence it will be 71A. And in 71A, guys, this will be, is this in the course of business? Yes. And is there consideration? Yes. This is supply of goods. But guys, is it a mixed supply? Yes, it is a mixed supply. But since both it's the same, buy one shirt, get one shirt, the same rate will apply. But mainly which supply section was it? It was 71A. Guys, can someone tell me why I did not use 71C in this case? Because 71C is when there is absolutely no consideration. Alright. Guys, Sarvana and Sons wishes to start supplying alcoholic liquor in the state of Tamil Nadu. It applies for license, guys. On that license, will there be GST, guys? No. Who tells you about that? Schedule 3. Alright, and with that, guys, we've come to the end of this. I just want to discuss one small concept and then we will end this chapter. Let me just check if there's something else in this. No, that is it. Mixed supply, there should be different kind of goods. Radhika, yes, and they should not be naturally bundled. Example, if I take a calculator and if I get let's say a mobile phone together, that is a mixed supply. But my laptop with my charger is not a mixed supply. Alright. Guys, here it is. You are an employee, which I popularly call a slave, and you are getting a gift. Let's say you are getting a gift, a watch of 60,000 rupees on your birthday, free of cost from your employer. Sorry, not 60,000 rupees, let's say 40,000 rupees. You're getting a watch worth 40,000 rupees as a gift on your birthday. Obviously, there will be no consideration because it's a birthday gift, guys. Who charges money for that? Now, please tell me, guys, this is no consideration. So, which section will you check if they ask you to check for supply? 7(1)(c). Guys, B is only for Bahar se services, so this one will be 7(1)(c) because there is no consideration. In that, guys, is this for the purpose of your business to keep your employees happy? Yes, but there is no C. So which room will you head to? Schedule 1, related agent, imported BA. Guys, are employer employee related persons? Yes. So is this supply? Yes. So will there be GST on this? Yes, and that is not right. It's a birthday gift. How can you make this supply? So the government says, yes, we realize our mistake. So they said that employer employee gift up to 50,000 in an annum. Per annum, per person, up to how much amount, guys? Up to 50,000, there will be no GST. What if this watch was 60,000? Then on the entire 60, yes, on the entire 60, there would be GST. All right. So this was an exception which they had to give out in the end. That's the chapter, guys. I'm going to take 2-3 minutes away. I'm going to come back and we're going to continue. This chapter is over. We'll look at some exemptions after this, guys, and we'll see what next we can do. But this chapter is over. Once we come back, I'll tell you what we need to do. Good job, guys. 3 chapters down. 2-3 minutes and we'll be back. Hi guys and welcome back. Small break there. Guys, here just gonna talk about the sections. Try and see if you can recollect the sections till now. Guys, do you remember what is 15.1, 15.2 and 15.3? Do you remember the value of things, guys? Yes. And do you add 5 items here? Yes. And do you minus discounts here? All this you get so that you can figure out value of supply. Then do you remember 7.1a? A is equal to what, guys? B plus C. 7.1b bahar se, whether B is there or not there, but C should be there. And 7.1c is when there is no consideration but business purpose should be there. So these are some sections or some chapters that we did: introduction, value of supply, and now let's look at some exemptions. Is a very interesting exemption I'm going to do, which might just come in your exam for good 6 marks. So let's talk about that. Slightly important and slightly complicated also, so watch out and see if you can understand it well. Guys, this is an exemption on educational institutions. So let's first understand what is an educational institution. Your play school, guys, or your preschool, kindergarten, etc., plus your school, but school not like in Mumbai up to 10th standard, school up to higher secondary, that is 12th standard, plus colleges, plus any vocational training centers. Vocational training means where they train you for some life skill like carpentry, hardware, etc. All these are educational institutions. Guys, do you agree these are all educational institutions? Yes. And guys, do you think when they charge money it should not be subject to GST because this is important for a country like India? Yes. So when they provide services to their students, to their staff and to their faculties, SFS, students, faculty and staff, when they provide services it is exempt. Example, when they charge their fees it is exempt. And when they provide exam related services, guys, example, IITs, they have an IIT JEE exam, or that also is exempt to everyone. Yes, to everyone, even if they are not students. Yes, even if they are not students, everyone who is giving IIT JEE exams, the fees will be exempt. There will be a fee, but it will be exempt from GST. Next, guys, when you join a boarding school, will there be education plus stay plus food? But please tell me, what is the main, is it naturally bundled, guys? And what is the principal supply? The principal supply is education, and hence in that case this entire thing will be exempt because the main supply is exempt. Next, guys, what if it is any approved college, like approved ITIs, industrial training institutes, approved maritime courses, approved any course by the government, guys? In that case also it will be exempt. What if it's a hobby class, etc., which is part of your school? Example, in your school, guys, let's say you had swimming class or tennis class or singing class, then that is also exempt. What if it's IIM long duration courses, that means more than 1 year, then also it is exempt. 1 year or more, then also it is exempt. So these are examples of exempt education. But guys, some education the government doesn't like, so they've made it taxable. Watch out. First one, unacademy, private education, guys. Private coaching, is that taxable? Yes. Then all the foreign courses like CFA, ACCA, etc., all foreign courses, are they taxable? Yes. Then singular, not combined with education, but singular hobby classes, guys. Are they also taxable? Yes. Next, guys, if your college helps you place also placement services, and they charge companies so that companies can come and hire people, those placement services are also exempt. Sorry, our placement services are also taxable. One very unique thing, guys, there are schools which are CBSE, SSC, etc., and there are schools which are IB. Have you heard of IB schools, international schools? Guys, IB schools, they sound international, but it's only a method of teaching, and hence IB schools are exempt. So I'm writing here IB schools are exempt. Next, guys, any skill development program, National Skill Development Corporation, guys, anything which has national government, etc., all these will be exempt. Anything, I'm just giving you a round figure, guys, anything which is approved, government owned, government driven, all will be exempt. Next, guys, foreign courses, placement, hobby classes, IIM short duration courses. Guys, while long duration is tax exempt, IIM short courses like 1 week financial modeling program, etc., will be taxable. The government says, listen, if you're paying so much tax, if you're paying so much money for these courses, you can also pay GST. All right. Guys, when we start doing sums of this, you will love it. You will be able to answer and get 6 marks from these. All right. Guys, I'm asking you a very simple question. Please tell me, if a school puts an AC on that, will the school have to pay GST? Yes, of course. But is the government happy with exempt supply? No. So will the government give them credit? No, GST credit will not be given. But guys, there are some input services which are exempt, and which we'll see on the next page here. Guys, for your preschool and for schools up till 12th standard, when they get input services which are in the nature of TCS, that is transport, catering and security. That means, guys, did you have a school bus? Any of you all went by a school bus? Yes. So if the school charges you 1000 rupees for dropping you home and getting you back, will this be exempt? Yes, because it is services to students, faculty and staff. But guys, the bus was not owned by the school. A transporter would charge the school 1 lakh rupees per month. Then on that, will there be GST? No, because this has been exempted. TCS, T is for what, guys? Transport. Guys, everyone's favorite is our school canteen. Do you remember the school canteen food, guys? Yes. When the school provides you canteen food, is that exempt? Yes, because you're a student, faculty, staff. But when a caterer provides services to the school, will that be taxable? No, that is also exempt, because T, C, and last is S. What is S? Security. That is also exempt. With security comes housekeeping also, guys. Housekeeping is also exempt. But this is only for school up till 12th. What if TCS is provided to a college, guys? Then it will become taxable, and that's the reason colleges were very angry. College like, this is not right. What about us? For us also there should be some input which is exempt. So the government said okay, and the government exempted this input for colleges. Guys, what if the college wants some online journals, etc.? Can a company provide them with online books, online journals, online education? Yes, that will be exempt for college. But what if these online journals are provided to a school? Then it will be taxable. So basically they've divided it, one for school, one input for college. Please tell me, do you understand? For school, what is the shortcut, guys? TCS. Schools up till 12th standard. And for colleges, what is it? Online journals. And last is common for all, guys. Whether you're a school, whether you're a college, whether you're a vocational institute, doesn't matter. This is for everyone, this exemption, guys. Guys, when you conduct an exam, do you need to take services of invigilators? Yes. Do you need to take services of paper checkers, paper setters? Do you need to take rent examination halls? Yes. So all these services in relation to exam, will the invigilators charge you money? Yes, but they will not charge you GST because that is exempt. So here we go, guys. Only exam related services, guys. What if you buy paper for the exam, like printing paper? That is taxable because that is goods. Only services in relation to the exam. Guys, let's do a quick recap on this. Everyone be with me. Let's answer, guys. What does your educational institution mean, guys? Play school? Yes. Your school up till which standard, guys? 12th standard. Your college and your vocational education institution, all these educational institutions, when they provide to students, faculty and staff, what about that? Exempt. When they perform exam related services to anyone, what about that? Exempt. When it is boarding schools, what about that? Exempt. When it is hobby class which is linked to your education, exempt. When it is international IB schools, exempt. When it is any approved maritime courses, approved government skill development courses, exempt. What if it's IIM long duration course? Exempt. So then what is taxable? Private coaching, taxable. Foreign courses, taxable. Only hobby classes, taxable. Then anything which is unapproved, taxable. Placement services, taxable. Alright. Guys, inputs. Guys, inputs are divided only for schools up till 12th standard. What is the shortcut? TCS. T is for traveling, catering, security with housekeeping. What is for colleges, guys? Online journals, online education is exempt. And what about everyone? For everyone, exam related goods or exam related services, guys? Exam related services is exempt. Wow, guys, good job there. There is a question number 9 on this. We could do that. And we also finished healthcare. There's illustration number 2 and question number 9. We could finish both of them. Guys, which all exemptions have we finished? Passenger transport services, healthcare services, and now this one, education services. Perfect. All right. Guys, tempted to do a question. Let's try and see if we can do a module question on this. Question number 9, it seems, is from this chapter. Let's check. All right. Indiana Engineering College, a recognized educational institution, has conducted an entrance test examination for various courses run by it and charged entrance fees. Guys, will this be subject to any GST? No, guys, no GST here. Let's see if there's something else on this. Yes, we can do a part of this. Food supplied by the canteen run in a hospital to inpatients. Inpatients means those admitted, guys. This will also be exempt. But to visitors and to outpatients, that will be taxable. Perfect. There's an illustration also. Illustration number 2. Let's check. Slightly far, but we'll see. Alright, should be here, yes. Okay, here we go, guys. Illustration number 2. Good Health Medical Center, a clinical establishment, offers the following services. You are required to examine the situation in the light of the relevant statutory provisions. Over to you guys. I'm reading. You tell me whether it is taxable or exempt. It's a medical center. Remember Hunase. Guys, what about Reiki healing treatments? Excellent, taxable. Plastic surgery. One such surgery was conducted to repair a cleft lip of a newborn baby. That one surgery is exempt, the others will be taxable. Air ambulance, guys, exempt. And this we haven't discussed. Good. Palliative care. Palliative basically means some people who are very, very sick, for terminally ill. Basically that means very sick patients, guys, whom you can't recover but you can only take care of them, and that is also exempt, guys. But if you're ever confused like this, think of the government. If they're giving healthcare services exempt, this should also be exempt. Alternative medical treatments by way of yoga, guys. In Hunase, is there yoga? Yes, so that is exempt. Good Health Medical Center also operates a cord blood bank which provides services in relation to preservation of stem cells, exempt. Good Health Medical Center is of the view that since it is a clinical establishment, all the service provided by it as well as services provided to it are exempt. Is that right? No, guys. Provided by it is exempt mostly, but provided to it are not exempt unless it is doctor services or biomedical waste treatment services, guys. Good job there. One more exemption down. Perfect. Guys, I'm going to do 1-2 more exemptions before we move ahead. We have some good amount of time, so I'm going to add one more slide here and I'm going to discuss one more exemption. Guys, performance of an artist or performance by an artist. Guys, let's imagine your CA Inter exams are over and you are going for a concert of some popular singer. Let's say Badshah's concert. Badshah is live in concert in your city and you're going for the concert. Guys, Badshah is being paid 1 crore rupees for this concert. Guys, will there be GST on this? Think like the government. Will there be GST on this? Yes, this will be taxable. But the government says, listen, we are ready to accept, we are ready to exempt, but not Badshah. We need 3 conditions. If these 3 conditions are fulfilled, we will exempt. What are the 3 conditions? First, it should be some classical art form. Of course, Badshah is far away from classical art form, guys. So it should be some classical art form. Basically means Indian classical art form, like some dance, like some music, or like some theatre. Guys, please tell me, is Badshah's dance, music or theatre Indian classical art form? Definitely no. Next, guys, that person should be charging maximum 1,50,000 per concert or per performance. Guys, is he charging that less? No. And last, guys, he should not be a brand ambassador. Not a brand ambassador. So let's take one example. Let's say you're a very renowned Kathakali dancer and you are doing an classical art performance. Guys, is this Indian classical? Yes. You are charging 95,000 rupees for it. Is this condition also fulfilled? Yes. And you're not a brand ambassador. Is this also fulfilled? Yes. So this 95,000 will be exempt. But what if Hema Malini is doing the same performance but as a brand ambassador of Kent RO? Then that will be taxable. So this is performance by an artist, guys. Pretty simple and pretty easy to understand. All right. Guys, now we are now looking at a new chapter. I'm going to start that chapter. Guys, that chapter is the next chapter. It's a big chapter, so we'll complete it today, between today and tomorrow. Yes. Perfect. Guys, it's a slightly big chapter, but we'll complete it between today and tomorrow. It's called Charge of GST. Yes, everyone, let's start this new chapter. I know it's the first day. I don't want to do too much, but because we have time and I want to start, at least the easy part of this chapter we'll do. The difficult part we'll do tomorrow. Guys, please tell me here, what is intra-state supply, guys? Whenever you're within the same state, like Karnataka, Maharashtra, And what is interstate supply? One state or one union territory with another is that is interstate. This is intrastate. All right. Now, guys, there is a chapter called charge, but the section of this chapter, guys, is a section which I want to give you a shortcut. Guys, please tell me, typically, when do you charge your mobile phone? Guys, you should ideally be charging it when it reaches 9% battery, because the section is section 9. Guys, just some weird, very silly shortcuts, but will help you remember. Guys, section 9 is when you charge your battery, 9% is charge of GST. And this section 9 has 5 parts to it. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Out of these 5 parts, we will be doing 3 parts right now itself. Let's take the first part. I'll first explain the first part. Very simple. On the screen, you already know it. Guys, when EBC, Electric Bike Company, is selling a bike to a customer, do you remember, guys, what is the price of this bike? 1 lakh rupees. And on that, what is the GST? 18,000 rupees. Please tell me, who will wear the crown of burden, guys? Who will bear the burden of this 18,000? The customer will bear the burden of this 18,000. And will the customer either today or tomorrow or after 2 months, after 3 months pay EBC? Yes. And guys, will EBC have to bear the burden? No, they will bear the headache. What is the headache, guys? They will have to collect the money, they will have to go online, they will have to engage a CA, they will have to pay this 18,000 to the government, they will have to file the return. Is that a lot of headache, guys? Yes, that's a lot of headache. That will be done by EBC. So please tell me, is the work split, guys, between the two people? Yes. One is bearing the burden, the other person is bearing the headache. This mechanism of charging GST is called forward charge mechanism. On most things in life, guys, FCM applies. Please tell me, when Unacademy supplied you services, did you bear the burden of GST? And did they collect it and pay to the government ahead? Yes. So again, what kind of service is that? FCM. So FCM is very simple. FCM is when this responsibility between burden and headache is divided between two people. It is FCM. I'm giving you a few examples. Tell me if they are under FCM. McDonald's selling you a burger. McDonald's selling you a burger. Yes. Apple selling you an iPhone. Yes. Perfect. A CA firm charging GST to their clients. Yes. So all these, guys, mostly in reality 99% of the cases are under FCM. Alright. Next, guys, do you remember the 5 products which are not right now under GST? Crude oil, petrol, diesel, natural gas, aviation turbine fuel. Yes. Those products which are right now not under GST, but in future, guys, can they be under GST? Yes. In future, they can. HP man. What is the shortcut for aviation turbine fuel, natural gas, petrol, I'm not getting, but okay. Alright. So guys, those 5 products on which right now there is no GST, but in future, guys, can there be GST on those 5 products? Yes. High speed diesel. Okay, yes. So guys, in that case, these 5 products, guys, in future, whenever there is GST on this, that will be also under FCM. So section 9.1 and section 9.2 are both under FCM. Please tell me yes or no, guys. Is 9.1 and 9.2 both under FCM? Yes. 9.1 is already there. 9.2, whenever these 5 products are under GST, FCM will apply for these 5 products. Next, we straight go to 9.5. 9.5 is a very unique concept, guys. Here we go. Guys, every Diwali, what we do in our house, we do housekeeping, we clean the house, And nowadays what we do is we call urban clap. Just yesterday there was some urban clap person in my house. We call urban clap. We take a taxi and we book a hotel to stay for one day so that my house can be cleaned. So that is HTH. Now let's understand what this HTH means. Guys, in housekeeping, are we booking it through urban clap? Yes, urban clap is supplying the service, sending an engineer, AC mechanic to my house, and this is me, this is the customer. Guys, please tell me here, who will bear the burden of this charge if urban clap charges 10,000 rupees plus GST? I am ready to bear the burden. Next guys, taxi. I am using Uber. Uber sends a taxi to my house and I am the customer. Again, guys, who will bear the burden of GST? I am ready to bear. And last, I book a hotel through Make My Trip. Make My Trip contacts Taj Hotels to get me a room there, and this is me, the customer. Am I ready to bear the burden? Yes. So burden is borne by me and there is no problem with that. But guys, here please tell me, who will pay the GST or who will bear the headache ahead to the government? Will urban clap pay or will this engineer pay? Will Uber pay or will this taxi driver pay? Will Make My Trip pay or will Taj pay? Who will pay? The government doesn't like this confusion, and hence the government says that in these three cases of HTH, guys, H is for what? Hotel, T is for what? Taxi, and H is for housekeeping, taxi and hotel. In these three cases, the government says that the e-commerce operator will pay the GST. So is it now absolutely clear, guys, who will pay the GST? Yes, e-commerce operators will pay the GST. Guys, what if they are not in India? What if Make My Trip is in Singapore, is the company? Then they will have to establish a company in India, or they will have to nominate someone in India who will pay the GST on their behalf. That means the government doesn't like confusion, guys. But guys, what if this engineer is also registered? Do you think Taj Hotel is also registered under GST? Yes. So can they also pay as an exception? Yes, they may pay. But the actual responsibility is of whom? The actual responsibility is of the e-commerce operator. So guys, repeating quickly, section 9.5 says that e-commerce operators have to pay the GST, but not in all cases, guys. Only in some three cases. What is the shortcut for the three cases? HTH. Housekeeping, taxi and hotel. In these three cases, the e-commerce operator has to pay the GST to the government. What if in these two cases, H, what if in the H cases, the person in the middle is registered? Can he pay? Yes. But then only one person will pay. What if the e-commerce operator is not in India? Then they will have to establish or they will have to nominate someone who will pay the liability in India. Guys, this is section 9.5. 9.1 done, 9.2 done, and 9.5 done, which leaves us with next two sections here. Let's discuss these as well. Alright. Guys, I'm showing you something on the screen first to explain these two sections here. This is section 9.3 and this is section 9.4. I'll show you something which is happening, and that example will help you understand what is happening in these sections. Guys, this is an agriculturist or a farmer. Guys, do you think a farmer works very hard in the farm? Yes. And he is supplying tobacco to a cigarette making company. Cigarette company. Guys, let's say he sells tobacco worth 10 lakh rupees. Is this cigarette company registered? Yes. Guys, will they be already filing their return, etc.? Yes. This is a cigarette company. Now, guys, agriculturalist and the government wants GST on this tobacco. Let's say GST is 1,80,000. Please tell me, will cigarette company pay the agriculturalist 11,80,000? Yes. Will the agriculturalist have to register, unfortunately, and pay to the government this 1,80,000? Yes. But then, guys, agriculturist, guys, is in a farm. He doesn't have access to internet or probably a CA to help him do all of this. So the agriculturist went to the government and told the government that, government, listen, what do you want? Government says, listen, I want my 1,80,000. Please tell me, guys, when you and your parents go to have dinner in a restaurant, what does the restaurant owner want? Does he want his money? Whether you pay or your parents pay, does it matter to him? No. So here also we went to the government and we told government, what do you want? The government said, I want my 1,80,000 rupees. Okay, if you want your 1,80,000, then why don't we do one thing? Instead of the cigarette company paying me and I bearing the headache, what we can do is we can transfer my crown to him only, the cigarette company only. Is he bearing the burden anyways, guys? Please tell me, is he bearing the burden anyway? Yes. Why can't he bear the headache also? And why can't he pay 1,80,000 to the government instead of paying it to me? Guys, let's see if the government is okay. Please tell me, will the government be okay? Are they getting 1,80,000? Yes. Is the cigarette company going to be okay? Are they already registered? Are they already filing the return, etc.? Are they already going to the market to buy some vegetables? Can they buy one more vegetable? Yes. And guys, is the agriculturist also okay? Yes, he does not have to do any formalities. So here, guys, this is the supplier, this is the recipient. Please tell me here, who is doing all the work here? The recipient, and hence this mechanism is called R for recipient, R for RCM, reverse charge mechanism. I hope this is clear, guys. This is called reverse charge mechanism. Please think about the government, guys. The government doesn't care, guys. Are they getting their 1,80,000? Yes. Only thing is, who's now in focus? The recipient is now in focus. Guys, supplier is relaxed and happy. The farmer is very relaxed today. No problem with him. And guys, to think about it, has much changed? No, they've only changed age from one person to the other. Yes, this is called RCM. Now, RCM is not applicable on all goods and all services, guys. Please tell me, when you buy a mobile phone from Apple, do you pay the GST to the government as a recipient of the mobile phone? No. So, on most goods and services, RCM does not apply, but on some it applies. So let's see which are the goods on which RCM applies. 71B is absolutely RCM only, but I could not tell you then because we did not discuss RCM. Alright, so here, guys, there are some goods on which RCM applies. So what are the goods on which RCM applies? Watch out. Chewing cashews. What are you chewing, guys? Chewing cashews. Smoking tobacco bidi. Chewing cashews, smoking tobacco bidi, and using lottery. These are some of the goods which have been notified under RCM. That means, guys, are you supplying cotton? C for cotton. Yes. Are you supplying cashews? Yes. Are you supplying silk yarn? Yes. Are you supplying tobacco? Yes. And BDs, guys, are made of tendu leaves. Are you supplying tendu leaves? Yes. In all these 5 cases, who are you? You are an agriculturist. Guys, is an agriculturist a smaller person, guys? Please tell me, is he a smaller person or is she a small person? Yes. And whom are you supplying to? You are supplying to registered persons like cigarette company, etc. In these cases, guys, is the registered person going to bear the burden? Yes. Will he also bear the headache? Yes. And he will pay this GST? Yes. But guys, this can be paid only through the cash ledger, not through the credit ledger. Why? Because had you not been paying to the government, would you pay the agriculturalist in credit? No, you would have paid him cash. Cash means bank account. So this RCM tax also has to be paid through the cash ledger. We'll discuss this in payment chapter, but I'm just giving you a heads up right now itself. So please tell me the shortcut, guys. Chewing cashew, smoking tobacco video. What is C for? First C for cotton, cashews, silk yarn, tobacco, BDs, and last two, guys, in the last two cases, the supplier is the government. The government is actually very lazy. So they say that whenever I'm supplying some used goods, example Vijay Mallya's cars, guys, the government confiscates them and now sells them to registered persons. The government says, listen, I'm very lazy. Why don't you only pay the GST? And last, when the government sells lotteries to lottery agents, guys, in India, lottery can also be run by the government, and when they give lottery to lottery agents, on this, guys, on lottery, is there GST? Please tell me, guys, on lottery, is there GST? Yes. On that, it is again RCM. So this is what it is, used goods and lottery. So going back, guys, please tell me, in FCM, is the burden and headache split? Is the burden on one person and headache on one person? Yes. And in RCM, guys, is the burden and headache both on the same person? Yes. Who is this person? This person is the recipient. R for RCM, R for recipient. All right. Guys, these are some goods which are under RCM. Chewing cashews, smoking tobacco BD, using lottery. These are some goods which are under RCM. As you can see, these people are really happy. Guys, is the government happy? Are they getting the money? Yes. And does it matter to these registered persons? No, they're already registered. They're already paying GST. They're already going to the market, guys. If you're going to the market to buy 4 vegetables, can you buy the 5th one also, guys? Yes, you're already going there. Yes. Perfect. Guys, with that, we complete one more concept here. The service part is left, but I want to do it tomorrow. So now, guys, I'm going to use the next 22 minutes to do 2-3 good exemptions, and then we'll be done and dusted for the day. Guys, opening up to the next exemption, which is legal services. Guys, please tell me, is it right to make legal services very expensive? No, because everyone should have access to legal services. So guys, when an advocate or a lawyer or a senior advocate or a firm of advocates, an advocate or a senior advocate or a firm of advocates, when they provide services to the government, will they charge fee? Yes, of course, they will not do some work for free. But on that fee, guys, will they charge GST? No, the government says, how dare you charge me GST? So this is exempt. Guys, unfortunately, you fought with some guy and he filed a case against you, and this is a personal purpose. Will you engage a lawyer, guys? Yes. And in that case, guys, will it be exempt? Yes, because it is personal purpose. Guys, you're a small business entity. Small business entity, what it is, I'll tell you, but right now just imagine, guys, a small entity, let's say a small pan bidi shop, and someone has filed a case against you for some reason. Then in that case, guys, will you engage a lawyer? Yes. Let's say your pan bidi shop is at a corner and you're encroaching and there's some case. Yes. Will there be a lawyer? Yes, but they'll be exempt because you're a small business entity. Can one firm of lawyer or can one advocate provide services to another advocate, guys? Can they provide services to each other? Yes. Example, you are a good lawyer at criminal law and you want someone's help who's on civil law. So will you take help from another lawyer? Yes. Will they charge you fee? Yes, but that will also be exempt. There is an exception to this, we'll discuss. So guys, lawyers are very smart guys. All their services are exempt. Think about it. Government exempt, personal exempt, small business entity exempt, to each other exempt. So is there a tax? Yes. Only when it's applied to a big business entity. Example, if lawyer is supplying goods or services, when the lawyer is supplying services to Reliance, is Reliance a big business entity? We'll know what is big business entity, but right now we know it's big. Will it be taxable? Yes, but we will see tomorrow. This is taxable under RCM. But doesn't matter how it's taxable, guys. Is it taxable? That's what I want to know. Yes, only to big business entity it is taxable. Guys, please tell me some more replies when I ask. Quickly tell me guys, to the government, E for exempt, personal purposes, small business entity, and to each other exempt. To big business entity is taxable. Now what is small and what is big? Guys, for small and big you have to go to last year, not this year, last year. Last year, if your threshold, if your turnover was above a threshold, guys, you know in GST once you cross a certain threshold of turnover you have to register. So last year, if you cross the threshold, then you are a big business entity. But last year, if you did not cross, then you're a small business entity. So for this year, to be a big business or small businesses, when do you have to check it? You have to go last year and check. If last year you've crossed the threshold, then big. If last year you've not crossed, then small business entity. Please tell me, would Reliance would have crossed? Yes. But that small Pan Bidi shop in the corner, guys, would he have crossed? No, guys. So in these cases, this is how it works, guys. This is legal services. One last exception here. Let me explain that exception also. Guys, one advocate who is very famous at criminal law is providing some services to another advocate who is very famous at civil law. Is that exempt? Yes. But guys, what if the person who's providing is a senior advocate? That means with a lot of experience. Then the government says, listen, advocate, if you can take the services of a senior advocate, then this will be taxable. So to each other it is always exempt unless the supplier is whom, guys? Unless the supplier is a senior advocate. I repeat, guys, please tell me, one lawyer, one firm providing services to another lawyer, another firm, is that all exempt? Yes, except only if the supplier is a senior advocate, then it will be taxable, and the other end it is an advocate or a senior advocate or a firm of advocates. Why? Actually, for being, that's the law they made, unfortunately, because they see senior advocate is very experienced and hence they want charges on that. Same way, why a hospital bed above 5,000 is now taxable. They feel on the expensive things we should get tax. Alright. So this is legal services, guys. Can we repeat, guys? Small and big business entity. How does it matter whether you're small or big? Does it matter, guys? Small is exempt, big is taxable. How do you become small or big? Which year do you check, guys? You go to the last year and you check the threshold. And guys, to each other, is it exempt? Yes, unless the supplier is a senior advocate. Alright, so we've done legal services performance. Perfect. We are left with what is the threshold limit. We'll see the threshold limit in a chapter called registration. Very good shortcuts there to learn, but we'll see that in the chapter called registration. Perfect. Guys, we have about 15 minutes to go. What I would want to do ideally is I would want to discuss one more thing, but not in charge of GST. Charge of GST, we'll do the RCM services tomorrow. What else could we do today? We can only do one more exemption, guys. Let's do one more exemption and let's call it a day. Alright. Guys, till now, We have discussed healthcare services. We have discussed passenger transport services. We have discussed legal services. We have discussed education services. We have discussed performance by an artist. Wow, that's a lot of exemptions for one day. Good job, guys. Let's do one more, which is entry to an event. Guys, your friends asked you, today is Thursday, your friends asked you, listen, what are your plans for the weekend? Of course, we are here for the weekend for this class. But otherwise, if your friends ask you, what are your plans for the weekend? So you say, nothing much, going to a wildlife tiger zoo. Guys, what will you reply? Nothing much, going where, guys? To a wildlife tiger zoo. Guys, whenever you go to wildlife, tiger, zoo, etc., will there be an entry ticket? Yes, we are talking about that entry ticket. So if you go visit a national monument, what is NM? National monument, like the Statue of Unity, or you go to a wildlife safari or a tiger reserve or a zoo, in all these cases, guys, will there be an entry charge? Yes, no matter what the entry charge is, this will be exempt. No matter what the entry charge is, this will be exempt. Next weekend, again your friends asked you that, listen, what are your plans for this weekend? You said, no, I'm going nowhere because TDC, I'll tell you what is TDC. TDC presents Planet Sports. Let's see what this is. TDC is any theater, dance and concert along with circus, guys. Theater, dance, concert along with circus. Along means concert also and circus also. But theater, dance and concert, which is in which one? Indian classical, guys. You know by now GST only likes Indian classical. So if there is any theater performance, dance performance or concert of Indian classical, guys, will there be a ticket? Yes, it will be exempt. Circus also, it will be exempt. Presents, guys, presents, what do you present? You present awards. So any award shows also, will there be entry ticket? Yes, that will be exempt. What about a planetarium? Guys, planetarium will also be exempt the entry. And what about a sports tournament or a sports match which is organized by a recognized sporting body? That will also be exempt. But this exemption will only be if the ticket price is up to 500. This, there is no limit like that. So let's quickly discuss, guys. Please tell me, nothing much, wildlife tiger zoo. What is NM? National monument. Wildlife safari, tiger reserve and zoos. Will there be an entry? Yes. Will there be a charge? Yes. But will there be GST? No GST. What is the limit? No limit, guys. Even if the entry is 1000 rupees, yes. And for TDC presents Planet Sports, what is T, D and C? Theatre, dance and concert. But which kinds of? Indian classical. That is exempt, yes. Circus is also exempt. Presents is award shows is exempt. Planetarium and sport events, but organized by a recognized sporting body, these will be exempt. Only up to how much amount, guys? Only up to 500. Perfect. Guys, now let me set the agenda for today and open up for questions. Guys, tomorrow we will finish this chapter called Charge of GST. We will also finish this chapter called Registration. We will also finish a chapter called Time of Supply. These three things will happen tomorrow, along with we will almost finish exemptions also tomorrow, because tomorrow is day 2. And the remaining we will do in day 3 and day 4. I think by day 3 or day 3.5, I think we should finish. So that's the agenda for now. Guys, if you have any questions, I'm here to address any kind of questions. Which book do I study from? you know, any other thing that you have on your mind, you know, let me know and I will help you with that. Right now it's done and dusted from my end. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'm right here. Good night, guys. Fantastic day one. I'll see you for more on day two. All right. Is exemptions given separate chapter like you did now? Yes, it is. In class, it's a separate chapter in the book, but because it's too big, I'm breaking it up into smaller parts. That's a better way to do this chapter. All right. Thank you, guys. Good night and see you tomorrow. Thank you.